Now, the British Prime Minister will face a crucial vote in the House of Commons on Thursday. The lawmakers will decide whether Boris Johnson should be referred to an investigation over his Partygate statements to the parliamentarians. Now, this vote is expected to coincide with the Prime Minister's two-day visit to India. He is scheduled for events in western state of Gujarat, followed by a diplomatic visit to New Delhi. The Commons Speaker, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, has granted a request from the opposition MPs for a vote. The House debated on whether Johnson misled the Parliament when he initially said that no rules were broken, as allegations of lockdown-breaching parties quickly escalated into a full-blown Partygate scandal. Last night, Boris Johnson offered an unreserved apology to the Parliament and said that he had already changed the way Number 10 operates. But the opposition leader Keir Starmer called Prime Minister's apology a joke and quickly cornered him on misleading claims about not breaking any rules.
Let me begin in all humility by saying that on the 12th of April, I received a fixed penalty notice relating to an event in Downing Street on the 19th of June 2020. I paid the fine immediately and I offered the British people a full apology. And I take this opportunity on the first available sitting day to repeat my wholehearted apology to the House. Mr. Speaker, I apologise profusely particularly to all those who lost loved ones, and I know how painful it has been, but I repeat what I've said. I believe that the job of the government now is to get on with delivering on the priorities of the country at a difficult time.
What a joke. Even now, as the latest mealy-mouthed apology stumbles out of one side of his mouth, a new set of deflections and distortions pour from the other. If the Prime Minister had any respect for John and the millions like him who sacrificed everything to follow the rules, he'd resign. But he won't, because he doesn't respect John. He doesn't respect the sacrifice of the British public. He is a man without shame.
Now, the exact wording of the motion is yet to be tabled, but it will ask the MPs to decide whether to refer Johnson to the Committee of Privileges. Under parliamentary rules, UK government ministers are expected to resign for knowingly misleading Parliament and correct the record as soon as possible. Last week, Boris Johnson became the first British Prime Minister to be sanctioned for breaking the law, along with his wife and British Chancellor Rishi Sunak. All three immediately paid up their fines and apologised. The Conservative Party has stood by the Prime Minister and the Chancellor, while only a handful of them have voiced criticism. Therefore, the upcoming parliamentary vote is expected to go in Johnson's favour, but it will mark yet another dent on his leadership ahead of local council and mayoral elections scheduled for the 5th of May. And talking about the India visit, the Prime Minister will begin his trip with investment announcements in key industries in both UK and India. He will then proceed to New Delhi to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday. This meeting will focus on India-UK strategic defence and diplomatic and economic partnership. And for more updates on this story, our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibbal is now joining us live from New Delhi. Siddhant, thank you for joining us. What can you tell us about this upcoming trip and what is on the agenda?
Well, it's a significant visit. The British Prime Minister is coming. In fact, he's the first European leader to visit India since the Russian invasion of Ukraine. But on the table will be many things, whether it's Indo-Pacific, the Chinese aggressiveness, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, trade, people-to-people relationship. These things are, of course, the key focus areas. India, of course, is going to strongly raise the issue of extradition of economic fugitives like Vijay Mallya and the rise of Khalistani extremism, which has been a threat to the Indian missions and, of course, Indian establishments in UK. But largely, this is a visit which was, in a sense, prepared for a long time, because remember last year, the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson was twice scheduled to visit India, first in January as a chief guest at India's Republic Day parade, and then again in April. That's exactly 1 month last year, but it could not materialize because of the COVID pandemic. So this visit, of course, is going to help in reaffirmation of the strong relationship. based on the people-to-people linkages. We know that there's a huge Indian diaspora in UK that forms the linkages, but of course UK needs India more than India needs UK, given that UK has left the European Union and it's keen to find allies and partners, and India fits the bill.
Right. All right, Siddhant, thank you so much for joining us with all the updates on this. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.